question was what to do when you have a wobbly armrest like that one for the M35, M45. So this one doesn't really latch here, but first thing is come back here. Let's do it this way. Remove this. It's on there by clip, so you can do this in the car, of course. There you go. And remember, you'll have wires here if you do have the rear entertainment package. It's going to be that many, but otherwise you should at least have the cigarette lighter. Alright, unplug that. Actually, you don't really have to, just swivel it out of the way if the wire is long enough. I can't remember at this moment. Then you'll notice this swivels this way. Going back to that mode. So this is the swivel assembly. This right here is a swivel assembly, or your hinge assembly for the armrest. So go ahead and remove those four. They're pretty tight, so get a good tip, something hard and wide. Okay, at this point, go ahead, swing this up. No movement yet, but if you swing it all the way back, there you go. This will just pop off. So here, this is what you have. All right. So this, and on the way back in, just swing this thing all the way up or out. Then the springs back here. Your springs here, you want to feed those springs in there. So removal, or rather installation, will be the reverse of removal. That's part one. If all you're doing is replacing this with another assembly from a junkyard or something like that, that's easy, right? That's all you have to do. However, if you want to go in and try to figure out what's going on underneath there, we'll go on to part two, which involves removing those screws over there. So let's do that. Okay, so part one, as I said, was just to remove the whole armrest assembly, or yeah, the armrest part of it, cushion, and this one's usually slide forward and backward. They have tracks over there, which are broken on mine. What you want to do in this is go back here, remove these screws. You have 7 that you need to deal with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pretty short screws, and then 2 long screws over here. Some of them might feel a little loose, so I mean, over time with vibrations in the car, that's what happens. Things get loose and screws unscrew themselves. So that's, well, one of them. You don't really have to do that by itself, really. Here, grab these. You know, you have an engagement point here to slide them forward. Just keep going. Keep going. It's supposed to come out. There you go. Comes out. Do the same on the other side. Then here you also have numerous, right now I already studied this, so you can't really tell. Try to keep this upright as much as possible. Then you have lots of screws in here, so go ahead and remove those as well. Okay, you are almost there. At this point, go ahead and remove this, the lower part, while holding like the tip of this, or hold the bottom, however you want to do it, but the bottom has lithium grease. So whatever you need to do, okay? Then this one here, and if your armrest was wobbly, it's probably because these screws came loose. That's what it was in mine. This hinge fell off as soon as it did that, but then it's pretty foolproof, you know, if you have it the right way. These screws, especially since they're aligned like this, and you have alignment pins over here, they only go one way. So tighten those. No, or I guess loosen them if you're curious about what happens. But then this thing is pretty steady now. let's go ahead and reassemble that. And as I said, try to keep this thing as upright as much as possible, because you have things in here that will start falling whenever you start messing with them. Like this clip here. Mine's broken. Sorry, this clip that stays here. Mine's broken, but this is one way to repair the hinge if you can get this thing from somewhere, right? And this is what clips onto the center console part of it, so I'll leave it there. But it's pretty pointless right now because it's broken. Okay, and I assume these two washers over here, since I only got two, would go here, here, and here. I might be wrong, but really doesn't matter to me at this moment. As I said, if you do it right, if you hold everything upright, hopefully they will not fall off. There you go, already flipped one. Then at this point, go ahead and slide it underneath here, through here. So it might help you if you held the bracket part of it. Ah, there you go, one fell off again. Don't know if I should keep bothering with these things. And slide it through the side. Whether it works or not, I'll just leave it in there. Using a stubby screwdriver would help you here, or having a partner to hold this thing up. So what you do is remove this thing, because it's going to obstruct you when you do the armrests. Remove them first, at least the long ones. Remember, pull this latch to disengage that. It's a pain, and you want to slide it into the tracks while applying some pressure up top to keep it there. Then I'll push the screw back up, and the hope here is when you do this time, it gets caught. It doesn't slide off because it has a screw holding it, right? Instead, you see that screw right here protrudes, and that's what holds it, prevents it from moving too far out. So do the same thing on the other side. Okay, and if you did everything right, this one's a little wobbly because it's supposed to have grooves on the non-cushioned part to keep it steady. But then when you slide it, kind of moves to the side, and you could slide off these. These are the grooves, these outer grooves. So, but it's fine. Gets the job done. If you did everything correctly, your armrest should not be wobbly anymore. When you do that, you're gonna shake the whole car, right? So that's it. That's a sign of you having done the job right.